It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It's IndyCar night on iRacing. Hello again, everyone. I am Gary Gatto. Welcome to Race First coverage of Round 8 of Season 2 of 2024, the IndyCar Oval Series for the 4D RACEWEAR Tuesday night top split. Coming to you from, well, the bumpy version, the legacy Pocono Raceway. As always, joining me for expert analysis in the booth, he's a regular participant in the iRacing IndyCar Tour. Please welcome Justin Petschauer, and also in the booth with us today, he has 2 top 5 finishes in the Indy Fixed Championship, and he's a multi-time winner in Lionheart, including in the DW12 Speedway Series. Please welcome the infamous LGN, Luis Gonzalez Nunez. Boys, thanks for joining us. Hey, looks like we got a bit of an overcast day and cool temperatures. I got a feeling each one of these lines that we see on these racetrack will be full with a car.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be one heck of a race to watch. From what I've heard from a number of drivers and what they said, the setup this week it handles actually pretty well, especially over the bumps. They did say, though, you got to watch out when you get your nose chopped off because it's going to push up just a tad bit to the point you're going to have to back off in the corner. Oof. That way you don't run up into the wall. But
you don't want that.
That's usually the case. Yeah, that's usually the case here anyway at Pocono because of the 3 distinct different banking of the turns. Turn 1 banked at 14 degrees, just like the old Trenton Fairgrounds Speedway. Turn 2, what else? Indianapolis Motor Speedway, 9 degrees of banking, really, really quick. And the third and final turn, because there's no turn 4 here at Pocono, 6 degrees of banking, just like the Milwaukee Mile, which we will be at later this year in the iRacing IndyCar Series. And I'm going to be honest, Gary, I cannot wait.
Well, Luis, what are your opening thoughts for tonight's race? We got 2 minutes and 5 seconds left to play. Tony Bizzarro to the top, 217 flat.
For sure, it's going to be a great race today. It's really kind of, let me see, hot on the track. Kind of hot. For sure, it's going to be a... I remember to running here a long time ago, and for sure it's different perspective between now to that time. So I think so. When I think about strategy faster now in my mind is save the tires, and it's gonna be fun to see these kind of guys over here. And let me tell you something. The last race when I talked about with you, Gary, about who's gonna guy, the guy is gonna save the tire. Is gonna win the race for sure. We're gonna talk about later who's gonna be the horse or the guy is gonna win today before the finish line. But it's gonna be excited. We have a good field. We have a good SOF today, and I hope it's gonna be a battle. I hope don't see too much yellow flags today. And if we don't have yellow flag, it's good to see this race here.
I will make a mention, just looking at the weather report here, 16 to 18 mile an hour winds out of the southwest. It'll be changing to the south, so handling is definitely going to be key in this one.
You can see the clouds in the background, very overcast, 83 degrees track temperature, 66 in the air, 25 laps now, or 25 laps, 20 seconds before we're done with qualifications. Pinero, 4-wide Pinero on the pole with a 2:17.2 provisionally in the next 16 seconds. Let's see what happens here as we get ready to grid up and go racing. While we're doing that, check out our sponsor at 4D RACEWEAR. Check out their made for sim racing line of gloves, shoes, and apparel. Visit them today at 4dracewear.com or click on their link in today's description. And that should bring us to grid time here as Brophy sneaks in at the very last second to the top with a 2:17 lap himself. Let's get the starting lineup in here. Brophy with the 2:17.5 on the pole. Right next to him, the Warman Jacob Oster, 2:17.270. 4-wide Adriano Pinero, 2:17.2 RM3 with also a 2:17.2. Robert has already eclipsed that 2,000 points mark that he was looking for. We'll show you that here in a second. Sel Alexander lining up 5th. Pizarro 6th. Matthew Ponto 7th. Cesar Manzato, he is lining up 8th. Clindy, he is lined up 9th. I expect to see him move to the front. Bruno Romanzini is 10th. Moving on. Rob Hubrooks He is 11th. Jim Wallen is 12th. Ty Quilla, expect to see him move up for this 13th spot. Mitch David in 14th. El Patron and Antonio Estrada are my broadcast partner for the IIS, is lining up 15th there in the mid-pack. Stephen Lee's right next to him at 16th. Casey Pahutsky, he is in the Dark Horse DW12 series that I call on Sunday nights. He's lining up 17th. Brian Campbell, he is lining up 18th in the number 11 there. Bobby Johnson in 19th in the number 23. And Nick Sudik, Nick is way the heck back there, but look at that speed, 192 flat. So I think he kind of did that one on purpose. He kind of want to line up at the back there. Nick Sudik lining up 20th. Going on to the next page, we get a full field. And then the Iceman, Hamilton Akabwezi, is 21st. We do have 23 cars. And again, the overlay is no friend of mine when it comes to lining up these guys that didn't qualify. Philip Kraus and Sean Signore, I hope I'm saying that right, are going to line up 22nd and 23rd. So expect to see Kraus storm to the front as well. We know that he is very fast. So we got two of the Team Hype private label guys here, and I expect to see them bookending the field here at the start, but pretty much be on each other here at the finish. One full lap before we go green.
And just to make note, you were talking about Casey Pulaski. He made mention of no overpasses here or mannequins, right?
No, there are no mannequins named Georgina. There might be a mannequin somewhere else. I don't, but I'm pretty sure they don't have a Georgina mannequin there.
I will say this though, even I was like Hinch, just watching that video, the replay of the mannequin falling. As if 2024 wasn't crazy enough. We have a mannequin falling on track and unfortunately losing her hand.
Was that Pietro? Did Pietro was the runner went over the hand? I think it was.
I think Scotty Max took the blame for that one.
Okay. I know Pietro was there was a radio clip from him saying someone fell from the bridge. We are halfway through the pacing lap here. As mentioned, turn 1 is Trenton, of course. Turn 2, Indianapolis. Turn 3 is Milwaukee. This was purpose-built for IndyCar, believe it or not. And it's a shame we don't run here anymore. Hopefully we will return back today. Their career IndyCar wins leaders here. To no one's surprise, A.J. Foyt has 4 wins. Rick Mears and Will Power are tied at second all-time with wins here with 3. And yeah, I did say Will Power, believe it or not. Danny Sullivan, Alan Sr., Bobby Unser each have 2 here at the Tricky Triangle. Getting ready to go racing. Cars coming through turn 3. We'll see that pace car dip down onto pit road and hand the field over to Jason Brophy to bring this field to green. 23 cars in this split.
23 cars, 50 laps. What do you say? Let's go from Pocono. 3 wide already on the start. Well, almost already on the start. Well, now there they go. They're going 3 wide already. They're going to try, they probably will try and make it 4 wide as they go up into turn 1, but they're probably going to play it safe. Yes, indeed they do. Brophy loses the lead, but it's only temporary. He knows what he's doing here, as we already see a couple of cars getting a little bit squirrely, but that's Pocono for you. Oh, look at this gaggle of cars going down Long Pond into turn 2.
Easy, boys, easy. That's a 1-lane racetrack right there, but they just made 2 lanes work. Brophy to the top, Padero second, Oster, Pizarro, Alexander, your top 5 coming to the into the first lap.
Off of turn 3, look like I can't tell who that was next to Tony Pizarro. That was Seb Alexander. It looked like he just about clipped the wall off of turn 3 there, but that's pretty much the line you have to run when you come off of turn 3 here at Pocono. Everybody's scattering around trying to find that clean air as they come off of turn 1 down the Long Pond straightaway here. And when they mean it's a long straightaway, it's a long straightaway. But for these cars, not really long.
Something happened to Brian Campbell. He is fallen way in the back. Actually, it looks like he might have started from pit lane.
He was probably thinking there probably was going to be a big wreck, as we've heard from a few splits already this week.
The Iceman already up 10 spots. We're watching him. He's in the mid-pack already, Hamilton Akabwezi.
I watch Phil Kraus now. I think Phil is going on the back for sure, but if it's this race is going in green flag, it's gonna be hard to catch the group on the front.
Mm-hmm.
But he always do the same thing and always get something.
that is the private label luck. And look at him in that third lane up high, watching Phil Kraus there in the back. He's worked his way up 4 spots. Roman Zini down 9, Bobby Johnson down 1, Pahutsky down 4. Brian Campbell, a bad start, but again, he started from pit road. If he can catch this group, he'll make a race out of it. He is down 5 spots, but again, he started from pit road. Back up front, Brophy is the leader. We'll show Oster to the inside going into 2.
Yeah, there was also a battle between Seb Alexander and Adriano Pinero. Pinero with a huge run as he comes off of turn 2 there. Him and Seb Alexander were battling hard over in turn 3. Adriano Pinero literally just slammed the door shut, took the air off of the nose of Seb Alexander. Alexander had to back out of the throttle. That way he didn't get so much understeer and push up towards the wall to possibly bring out a caution.
Yep. Pinero with a little bit of the Brazilian slide there.
Yes, we have Brazilian slide and Brazilian clear.
Brazilian clear. A little bit further back, who was that? Jim, nope, that's, trying to see who that is. Mitch David, I think, might have smacked the wall or got really close to it on an exit of 1. He's holding back right now Rob Hubrex and Stephen Lee.
Yeah, the one thing you don't want to do here is barely clip the wall because it'll certainly it will damage the steering rack over time. And the one thing you want here is steering.
Brophy the leader now. It's been him and Oster been kind of swapping the lead back and forth on the front straight. They've been locking out Pinero a little bit. Pinero has not been able to get that third car run in order to get up there. Here goes Oster to the inside, 2-3. Want to go side by side in this flat portion of the racetrack. Again, modeled after Milwaukee. If anyone says anywhere else, like I heard someone say that turn 3 here is modeled after Gateway, they're wrong. They're wrong. Really, I did. I heard it one time. That's when I turned off the broadcast and I was like, you know what? They don't know their facts. If you're going to say something like that, because Gateway was built after Pocono, much after Pocono.
Yeah, Gateway was also built on top of what was, if I remember correctly, St. Louis International Raceway. That was just a drag strip and a road course.
Yeah. So actually, Pocono was part of the. Originally, of course, USAC ran here for the longest time. USAC sanctioned very many of the races, even during the kart, when kart was here in the early days of kart. But there are 3 different track records here as it relates to IndyCar. USAC, the track record is set by Peter Revson. And yes, that is the F1 Peter Revson. For McLaren Racing, boo, everyone's upset with McLaren right now. Back in 1973, the lap of 190.468. It's a lap of 190 back in 1973. The kart track record set in the last visit here when they visited here in 89. Emerson Fittipaldi driving for, at the time, Patrick Ganassi Racing with a lap of 211.7. And the IndyCar IRL, whatever you want to call it, track record, the more modern era track record is one Pablo Montoya driving for Team Penske in 2014 with a lap of 223.871. These cars weren't quite that fast in qualifying, but this is fixed setup, so there's a lot of drag on these cars. 9 of 50 in the books, and we are right now, I'm going to jinx it, we are caution free.
Well, you almost had a caution right just about.
Yeah, Alexander and Adriano Pinero.
But also to add to the Peter Revson thing, what most people don't know is not only was he a Formula One driver, he's also one of the big names in makeup and cosmetics because of Revlon.
There you go.
So that's also where much of the family fortune was made so that he can go and have fun driving race cars. Didn't matter if it was F1. I think he also ran a couple of sports car races as well in the 24 Hours of Le Mans as well. But overall, he knew what he was doing behind the wheel of a car.
Yeah, it's not the first IndyCar driver to kind of spin off into their own kind of family business. Howdy Holmes, of course, he had Jiffy on the side of his race car for a long time. The Jiffy Pop, the Jiffy Baking Company. You can get the Jiffy Mix. That was run by his family. He is currently the president of that company right now.
I wonder if he has family members that race that we don't know about.
I don't know Howdy Holmes. I don't know. I know he did pretty good in the IndyCar. I don't think he ever won, but he started on the front row at Indy, which is still pretty good in a car that was pretty much funded by.
I hate to interrupt you there.
himself.
Look at this. Seb Alexander going off into turn 2, too wide, 2 rows deep, and he knocks Adriano Pinero just a little bit out of the way.
He's been setting that up He's been setting it up for multiple laps.
Yeah, but look now.
But look
behind, I was about to say, right behind Robert Malechka. Oh, Malechka gets a little bit loose. They're going to try and go 3 wide down the front straightaway here. And
Pizarro might make it 4.
Yeah, he might.
Big loser, Robert. He lost 2 spots for 3.
Oh, he got caught up in dirty air there by Tony Pizarro. He had to back out just a little bit. Lost a little bit of his momentum. But he'll be able to gain it back because this is RM3 we're talking about. One of the best. And now it's 2 the stalwarts of the series, Adriano Pinero and Hamilton Akabuezi, side by side as they go off into turn 3. Pizarro was initially thinking of making 3 wide and said, yeah.
No. And we'll look, Pizarro, Malechka's there, Clindy's there. Clindy's on the backside of RM3. We'll bring up the IndyCar Oval Series points here momentarily while if the action ever does calm down a little bit, we'll bring those up. But Robert Malechka's already passed the 2,000 mark. I think that was his goal.
Malechka got a little bit loose going over that bump coming off of turn 1 there. Had to back out, just breathe the throttle a little bit, but still maintain his momentum.
Philip Kraus up the 14th. Here he is. On the high side, sending it on the high side on Stephen Lee there. Going to have a very fast exit.
He did a faster lap, 41.2 for now.
41.2 with the purple lap for the purple car.
It is.
Can you say ironic?
Well, you will see on the tree to the left there, under the position number, you'll see the 14 as purple right there for Kraus. And that just says he has the purple lap. We track that all race long, so you always know who has the fastest lap. Back up front, bit of a 4-car breakaway. Brophy, Oster, Alexander, Akabuezi, the Iceman are your top 4. Falling back a little bit now into the clutches of Pizarro is 4 wide. Adriano Pinero. And then a little bit further back, RM3 and Clindy. And then a little bit further on back than that, Antonio Estrada is by himself, but he's going to quickly be joined by Ty Quilla here. To get another 2-car group here. And that is your top 10.
RM3, about a lap and a half ago, got loose again running the bottom line. I think he's trying to get back up to almost like the middle, the second to third lane on the track because I think he's starting to realize the bottom line may be the best place to try and get it past on, but it's burning up the tires, and it's literally getting the car to the point it's almost oversteering off of the corner.
We got Clindy, got the Clindy fan club in chat. We got Murph's in chat there.
Wait, Mark Murphy's in chat while driving?
No, he's not. I don't think he's driving right now. He's not as talented as Matty Wagner. Stock car driver Matty Wagner.
Back up here now with this battle between 6th and 7th. Adriano Pinero is now in the clutches of RM3, but Cledworth is also there with him. RM3 looks to the inside, gets that good enough run off of turn 3 there, side by side.
Oh, big time in the back. Mitch David, and then we're under caution. Let's cue up the replay and see what happened.
Oh.
Here is Mitch David, and a little help from the yellow submarine there. I'm not sure who that was.
Sean Senor.
Oh, okay. And that's day done for Mitch sliding in the pit road. Sean, I think he's going to have some definitely damage for sure. And this is good news for Brian Campbell. He can now catch up to the back of the pack.
Oh, I'm looking at something, and I hate to say it, guys, but normally I would say it's a racing deal. It was netcode.
That's something always. That's a risk in these cars all the time. But they will slow down. I would assume everyone's coming to pit road.
Oh yeah. But yep, our dear old friend netcode struck again.
And just a reminder on the rule set for these cars: no fast repair, 3 sets of tires, 1 on the car, 2 in the pits. The pit road speed limit, I believe, is 45 miles per hour. It's not very fast here. Very, very slow. Interesting. Oster going to the access road.
Actually, pit speed, 60 miles an hour.
60? Okay, good. Yeah, it's identical to Indianapolis then, yeah. I wasn't sure what the legacy versions was, but yeah, so that's the rule set.
I do remember, though, back in the NIS days, it was about 45, 50 miles an hour.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if they're starting to slowly code in to where you don't necessarily have to split track layouts. Where Indianapolis, where you have like the NASCAR oval to the IndyCar oval. Now it's just like it'll recognize where if the IR18's on track, the pit road speed limit is set at this mile an hour. If the Cup car is on this version, it'll revert to...
What is... Boise almost spun out, I think, trying to, I don't know, get rid of the boredom of being under caution here, because these caution laps at Pocono are really, really long. Coming to pit road, we'll see who stays out. I think that I do see the taker staying out. Roman Zini is going to stay out. He's in the Marlboro car. Brophy is pitting. I don't think anyone else is staying out, so that's going to be Roman Zini. Real quick, let's take a look here, and we'll reset the field, but let's take a look at what the point situation is in the IndyCar Oval Series. Whoop, there they are. Robert Malechka has already reached the 2,000 point mark. Jacob Oster is right there with him. He's 1914 to 2054. Not close, but it's a pretty commanding lead at this point. Akabuezi, P3. Sudik there in P4. Clindy, P5. Tracia did P6. For Porty, P7. Lichtenberg, 8th. Troiano, 9th. Quilla, 10th. Barrera, 11th. Roman Zini, 12th. Brian Campbell, 13th. Seb Alexander, 14th. And Pizarro, and 15th. So a lot of the guys you see in this race right now are in the lineup, looking to capitalize on the strong strength of field. And the just a reminder of the strength of field number that we're looking at today is a 44-12 is the strength of field.
I guess it's a Phil Krause time.
I thought it was always Phil Krause time.
I guess he's gonna push hard, violent to come on the front because, yeah. Yo, I am wrong. I don't know if my race lap is wrong, but Hamilton win 17 spot. Is this true?
Yeah, he is up 17 spots. He started in the back. Oh. Yeah, he was doing a bulk of his passing on the high side in turn 3.
Well, I put maybe a coin over there.
Bruno Romadini saying he's happy to be on the broadcast.
Of course, we've never seen in real life a Marlboro-sponsored IR18. In fact, I don't even think we've seen a Marlboro Team Penske-sponsored IR18. Back in the IR05 days, they could actually say Team Penske on the side. Still not say Marlboro. For the longest time, I think they just still call themselves Marlboro Team Penske, but after a while, they had to give that sponsorship up because they just weren't allowed to take any more money, and that's when they started branching off into the multiple sponsors that you kind of see Team Penske have today. But it is a slick-looking paint job, even if you do put it on an IR18, the old Marlboro paint job. Help us keep this positive momentum, folks. If you enjoy Race First coverage of the 4D RACEWEAR Tuesday night IndyCar Oval Series top split, and you respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing, and while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you'll miss out on future Race First iRacing broadcasts. And yes, we have a ton of them coming up here. Let's see. Really, the next show that we have going will be Friday at 3 p.m. It'll be myself and Clindy in the booth calling the VOR DW12 series at Daytona on the Oval. That should be something to watch. That's 3 p.m. Friday, DW12s on the Oval for the Velocity Online Racing DW12 series. Coming to the green flag here, and we'll get back underway on lap 21 of 50, almost to the midway point. If you're just joining us, this is lap 20 of 50. And the leader is now Romanzini for our first caution, coming off our first caution of the day. Romanzini did not pit, so he's got some well-used tires underway. Here we go. He spins the tires, goes to the inside, almost collect cars in the back there. Now we've accordioned, and now we spread out 5 wide down the front stretch. But Romanzini's going to survive. Yeah, Romanzini's going to survive.
Whoa. In the middle of the pack. Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's... Oh.
Wow. Romanzini goes to the high side. Here comes Brophy. Yeah, he didn't get a chance to lead one lap. Those tires, he's banking on track position right now, and if he needs to keep pace with these guys on these fresh tires, and they'll just pull away from him right here in turn 3.
Taquilla chiming in over the radio and saying, "'Tis but a kit. 'Tis but was a kiss." In this case, it was a "'tis but a scratch." A scratch? If nobody gets that reference, please go watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Oh, speaking of Taquilla again.
Yeah, we're watching him right here. Nick Sudik getting a little anxious back there.
Yeah, they're going all sorts of crazy here, coming down at turn 3. I think Sudik is just like, okay, I don't want to be anywhere near
right,
this.
He's like, this isn't working, this isn't working, this isn't working. I'm going to try this one. Clindy on the inside of the Iceman. Going into 1.
Speaking of Sudik, he gets that run on the inside. But he's going to wash up just a bit. Oh, my.
Oh, yeah. That was a bit of a hold on to your breath moment right there for Nick and El Patron.
And apparently Nick Sudik is complaining at Stephen Lee saying, "Do you know how to hold a line?"
Oh, nope. Wow. The smack talking is underway here. 23 laps into a 50-lap race. Romanzini back to the lead. And he is working the dragon already, or the snake down the front stretch already. Seb Alexander to the outside of Brophy. Brophy slams the door. Almost had Akabwezi in his rear attenuator.
There's so much action going on, I don't even know where to look.
I'm kind of surprised that Romanzini's actually able to race these guys as hard as ever. But it's also possible that Oster and Brophy might have said, hey, this guy's got to stop at some point. Let's just let him run.
Yeah.
Guess who's close to Brophy? It's very close. He attacked with everything. I don't know how to do that, but he is now in the 8, 7, maybe?
Phil Krause, there he is.
Yes.
Pinero is back to 9th. You just don't see that very often.
Oh, we got so much beef going on over voice.
Oh, Nick. 4 wide down the backstretch, or down the long pond into 2, actually. The backstretch is actually between 2 and 3. Oh, Nick, no,
yeah,
Nick, no, Nick.
Hurt.
Oh, caution, but I don't think he made light contact. He made very light contact. Let's see what happened.
Apparently, everybody is none too happy with Stephen Lee.
So here he comes. He comes in. He just
the car got loose. In my camera.
What happened?
I don't see nothing.
Oh,
It's like
no. It was lap 24 going on to 25 coming into turn 3. Steven ran into the back of him.
Oh, was it Steven Lee that ran into the back of him?
Yep, damaged the rear.
All right, let's watch this. Here he comes. There's Antonio Estrada. Lead at the top. So it was a lap before that he made contact.
Yes, lap 24 going on to 25.
All right, let's go back another.
Steven just literally ran into the back of him, damaged the left rear tire and a little bit of the rear wing.
Let's watch. This is in turn 3. Oh yeah, there's contact there.
And like I said, apparently a number of drivers over voice chat are none too happy with Steven Lee right now.
Well, let's get back to live television. Here we go again. These guys, I'm assuming we're going to see Roman Zini stop here, which is probably the best opportunity for him, and he's done. He doesn't have to stop again. In fact, everybody, I believe, can go the distance from here on out. So Roman Zini down pit road. In fact, we hear some cars out there trying to burn off some fuel. If you're just joining us, welcome. This is Race First coverage of the 4D RACEWEAR Tuesday night IndyCar Oval Series top split coming to you from Legacy Pocono. We've completed now 27 of 50. That is the scheduled distance. If you're enjoying the Race First coverage of tonight's race and would like to monetarily support us, please find our link to our GoFundMe campaign in the stream description. We do realize times are tough, but any donation you can make, no matter the amount, is greatly appreciated. And Roman Zini rejoins the field. Looks like we had Pinero stopped, so he was having difficulty. Maybe he might have some damage we don't know about, but we rarely see Adriano back here in 18th. Steven Lee went ahead to stop, probably to take a look at that front nose of his to see if there's any damage on it. He is 19th. Brian Campbell, well, when you're that far back, I think Campbell doesn't have any issues, but you might as well stop and top off the tanks. I don't know if he put on a new set of tires. But he is underway. Nick Sudik is underway as well. Mitch David and Matthew Ponto. I didn't see what happened to Ponto in the race, but David is out. What's that?
Ponto fell out, aka his internet decided to...
Okay, so that was a mechanical. Okay, so Ponto out due to mechanical, but Mitch David out due to contact with Sean Signor in turn 3 for our first caution. Let's reset the field momentarily as our good pal Nick Sudik runs to the back of the pack here and rejoins the fields. Jacob Oster is your leader. He picked up the lead by virtue of Roman Zini stopping on pit road. Brophy, he and the Warman Oster have been swapping the lead back and forth when there was the two of them up front. Seb Alexander, P3. Hamilton Akabwezi playing some games and cruising on up to talk to his teammates up there. Sign language? I don't know. But he's cruised up ahead of Alexander, but he will restart 4th. Clindy's 5th. And Clindy said that if anything should happen to him and he should retire early, he will come to the booth. Tony Bizzarro, good run for him. In the 6th there in the tied ride. Phil Kraus in 7th. And we know Luis Gonzalez or Nunez is watching him very closely. Ty Quilla, he's up 5 spots to P8. Antonio Estrada up 6 spots to 9th. This is actually one of Antonio's very good tracks. He's very much a Pocono whisperer. And he is showing that once again. He's worked his way up to 9th. Jim Wallen. A great run for Jim here. He is up 2 spots to 10th. Robert Malechka, he's back in 11th. He still has a lot of time to go to get back up to the front, but we don't see him back in the mid-pack very often. But again, we still have a race to go. Cesar Benzato is 12th. Bobby Johnson, 13th. Rob Hubrecht's in 14th. Casey Bahutsky in 15th. And Roman Zini, who stopped last pit stop, is 16th. Everybody behind Roman Zini stopped on the last stop, and we are getting ready to go green here momentarily, I believe. Let's see. As we got Oster wanting to go try the road course. Here's Lewis. Now, careful now. Don't get too cocky up there, and then all of a sudden you pull a Guerrero or something. Car's off. Oster bringing him down slowly. Look at them all accordion up.
Oh. Nick Studik was surprised.
And I saw him start boxing up behind Jim Wallen, because Jim Wallen got a little bit of a run on Antonio there. And he had to check up, and that just caused everyone to check up behind him. He lost the position to Benzato now.
Whoa,
but there it is. Pizarro. Pizarro spinning to the inside. I'm not sure who the other car is. Pizarro is one car. Manzato is the other car. And Romanzini, I believe, lost a front wing.
Cledworth washed up, clipped Pizarro.
Go back a little bit further here, and let's see what happened there. Let's ride with Clindy.
Manzato was checking up as well, and just got run over by Sebastian Bourdais.
That would be Bobby Johnson there in the McDonald's car. Let's see. He just he had nowhere to go. He had, and that was net code. I don't think he really made contact there, but he had just every single lane in front of him had dirty air. So we're back under caution for the third time.
Romanzini also running into the back of Rob, having nowhere to go.
Yeah, and he's going to have to stop on pit road too, but he's still rolling at least. He'll get a new nose. And hopefully that's the extent of his damage. They can replace that in about 5 to 10 seconds on pit road. Hubrex also looks like he has some damage. His back wing is flopping around, so he'll get that looked at and attention on pit road.
Yeah, that was courtesy of being run into from behind by Bruno Romanzini.
Yeah. Although I don't think what Romanzini did was malicious by any means. I think everyone was just...
everybody was checking up.
Number of cars coming to pit road to get attention that were involved in that incident. Probably get another set of tires on. They still have, and then that's Pizarro going up on the jacks. He will get his last set of tires. New front wing for Romanzini. New back wing for Brian Campbell. And I don't know if Benzato is going to come out, or he's just going to take his time here. Or maybe he's got some requireds that need to get taken care of before he can take off. Let's check what a pace car is. Pace car is coming into turn two. So he has a little bit of wait. Well, boys, today is the last day of April, so you know what tomorrow is.
It's gonna be May.
Yeah, it's the month of May, and everyone is going to be making their... Well, I know a lot of these teams already have been making plans for various Indy 500s, Indy 300s, Indy 200s, or Indy 250s. That are on various leagues and official schedules. So I know that they've been getting ready, and it will really ramp up starting tomorrow. Of course, all these teams and leagues and officials will probably be looking at the Indy GP first before getting to get back onto the big oval as we're watching Jacob Oster play around on the access roads.
He's having a little too much fun.
I think he's a little too much fun.
Boys, why wouldn't we be getting ready for Indianapolis? It's 25 days, 16 hours, even away from the drop of the green flag.
And it's Mark Murphy.
I was about to say, I heard the door open and close real quick behind us here in the booth. I was like, what the hell?
That was just me sneaking in here to make sure that we paid tribute to the stock car driver Matt Wagner, who had a great night last night, finished second in the ISRA truck race. No, I mean, Gary hit the nail right on the head. That's the reason I'm not running tonight. I think I've turned 300 laps in Indianapolis just today. In preparation for, I've got 2 500s in the next 9 days.
Yeah, you got to qualify tomorrow night or Thursday night.
Yeah, and that's not going to be any easy task. You got the Malechkas and the Sudiks and the Akabuezis and all them on the entry list, but we're going to be joined by Tony Kanaan, R.C. Anderson, Oliver Askew, I believe.
Very real big names.
ERL. This is the ERL. Yep.
We got some heavies in the Elite Racing League coming, and then Sunday night is the Indy Elite Race. That's the Open 500. So I've been searching for speed all day, and I find speed, and then I go put it on the track, and I go slower. So that's interesting, but it's an interesting exercise at least. No, we had a great race here last night between Seb Alexander and Robert Malechka. I watched that one spotted in it. We had a great race here last night, and it's shaping up to be another kind of good one. Trace and I are kind of talking. We think that they might be a little light on fuel yet. And so Roman Zini might have been in the catbird seat. Did he hurt himself?
He did lose his front. He lost his front nose. Yeah, front wing. Here we
Speaking
go. And coming to green. Last time they kind of accordioned up about the 8th, 9th, and 10th, and they're kind of doing that again. Wallen Johnson's going to have a run on Wallen to the inside. He's going to join that draft down to the bottom side. He's going to leave Wallen hanging out. Robert Malechka will drop down. No, he's going to stay high, and they're going to take Bobby Johnson on the high side here. Also involved in this battle is Casey Pahutsky. Oh, another car in the wall. That might be Pizarro. Pizarro might be has a ill-handling car, and he might just call it or quits here. Yeah, he's kind of struggling right now. Yeah, there it is. Yep. Oh. And will that bring out a caution, or is he going to get towed in time? Okay, he got towed in time.
Thank you.
Usually that would bring out a caution, but I guess he timed it perfect. So.
Yeah, and you heard LGN, thank you, because everyone's like, we can race. But here's Jacob Oster up there. I wonder if he got any X's by diving onto the infield road course there. Would that be off course?
No, that would not be off course.
Okay.
It would only count as off course if you go in the grass. But speaking of the month of May, Gary, tell them what's on the slate.
Well, we got a lot on the slate. But if we're talking IIS, we got
IIS and the return of the greatest spectacle in sim racing.
Yeah, well, and we don't even have a schedule for that yet. We know roughly when it's going to be, but we don't know what actually the Indy 500s, the fixed or the open, will run. We know what days they are, but we don't know the sessions yet. We know that Indy 500 qualifying week starts May 27th, and it goes all the way through to I think Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday are the races. It's my understanding. I could be wrong. So we don't really know the times yet, but the plan is here on the network, here on the channel. We will cover the top split of the fixed Indy 500. And then, of course, the IIS will be here running at 2 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, May 25th for their Indianapolis 500K. So that's one of the IIS has every race this year that was very close. Every race this year is 100% length except Indianapolis, and they decided to give the drivers a break since they know most of those drivers have or will participate in at least multiple 500-mile races in the next couple of weeks. Seb Alexander to the front!
With a power move.
He's just had some bad luck in the last couple of weeks. Oh, Brophy slides in front of Kraus. I don't know if he meant to do that. Kraus now up to 5th. Clindy's still hanging on back there in 6th.
Well, Seb Alexander did have the lead, but now it's 3 wide as they go off into 1.
And Brophy in the middle. He's going to go stick it out. Oh, he's squirming. Oh, my goodness. He was loose, and he was going up the racetrack, and he was almost going to get it. Here comes Clindy. Kraus going to follow.
Oster and I believe that's Akabuezi. Yep. Oster and Akabuezi throwing haymakers again, just for funsies.
Yeah, teammates.
try to throw as much dirty air as possible to the cars behind them.
RM3 up to 8th. Antonio Strada 7th. Antonio's right there in the middle of that private label sandwich.
But before we get back to the action, we're going to finish it off real quick with the IIS and the date change for the broadcast for the top split.
Yeah.
In terms of the Grand Prix of Indianapolis.
Yeah, and then we will be doing the Grand Prix of Indianapolis. The Indy GP here will be May 10th, 4 p.m. We'll be broadcasting that split. So we have it posted already on the channel. Go ahead and hit the notify me button, and you'll get notification when we go live for that. But we will, instead of broadcasting on the Saturday 2 p.m. Eastern split for Strength of Field, we're moving that up a day so everybody can watch the Indy GP on Saturday instead of running in that race, which I rather watch the Indy GP instead of broadcasting the race myself too. So 4 p.m. IIS Indy GP on Saturday, May 10th.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we have any more date changes as well for the broadcasting.
Well, there's a possible date change for the Detroit Grand Prix. We don't know what that will be because that is going to run the same weekend as the fixed and open Indy 500s. They didn't really think that one through too well, and so we'll try to figure it out if we can. If we can't, we might have to end up passing on the Detroit Grand Prix that week. Here comes Akabwezi all the way from the back to the front. Your leader now going into 1. And also tomorrow, starting at 8 o'clock. Not tomorrow. Thursday, 8 o'clock. And this is what Murph was talking about. At 8 o'clock on the ERN, Elite Racing Network. The ERL, their Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. They'll be having their 12th annual Indy 500. 68 cars scheduled to qualify, 33 spots available. They even have 4 people that are on the waiting list that want to try to qualify if somebody else doesn't want to. That's how popular that one's going to be. And we'll be calling the end of round 1. And then we'll also then transition the call into the last chance qualifier for 33rd. And then we'll do their Fast 9. To round out their field for their 500-mile race, which I will also be part of the broadcast on the 16th of May. So look out for that. That's Elite Racing Network and the ERL. Back to the action at hand. Oster, Akabwezi, Alexander, Klinsworth, Kraus, Malechka, Brophy, Quilla, Strada, Sudik. Man, Nick has worked his way back up into this thing after nosing it barely into the turn 2 wall, and he's right there with our other broadcast partner, Antonio Strada, here in 9th and 10th, looking to the inside for a position change here in the mid-pack. Nope, going to tuck back in.
He wanted to, but he remembered, no.
Oh, crossover.
Ooh, speaking of crossover.
That was Brian Campbell kind of smacked the wall, and he's blinking right now.
I was looking at Philip Kraus and Kyle Klinsworth going, throwing haymakers going through turn 2. Side by side, still side by side as they go up into 3. This is going to be
Oh, slide job. Whoa.
There was an attempt. To try and make the pass work. Unfortunately, it didn't.
So I'm pretty sure that 1st and 2nd, 5th, 6th, and 7th are all working together on the same radio comms. So right now the guys, the guys being outnumbered in this battle are Seb and Clindy. They have no one helping them, and they're trying to battle through this, and it's very much a handicap match going on.
We're using wrestling terms now.
That's when I said that Joseph Newgarden should fully embrace the heel role now. He should come to Indianapolis, raise the hand that says, I'm the one, right? And says, everybody acknowledge me. I'm your Indy 500 winner. Dig it, like it, get over it. Did maybe I cheat? Maybe I did. Heels. That's what heels do, right? Although after the weekend, I don't know who the bigger heel is. Is it Joseph Newgarden or is it Team McLaren?
I'm gonna be honest. I think it's Team McLaren.
That was a pretty low thing, and I know everyone says, "Hey, it's just business." Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. That's my reply. Whatever. I hope that somebody picks up Malukas, and I really hope Malukas doesn't have to go back to Dale Coyne, but I hope someone can find a way to get him in a good car, and he just beats the pants off of all the McLaren cars in the 500. That's my hope.
Oh.
Yeah, we're watching it right here.
Yeah, Clendy almost lost it battling with Robert Malechka as they came off of turn one, but Philip Kraus is now throwing his hat back into the ring saying, hey, I ain't done yet.
And Kraus up to second.
Kraus
Kraus is not up to Suzuki. He's up to fifth now. Now coming up to fourth on that side. Sorry, Akabwezi has a similar colored purple on his car. Akabwezi to the inside.
Cledworth is trying to make that pass going into one. He's
just not going to get it on the low side, not with these older tires. Five to go, guys. 5 to go. We're getting into this thing.
I think it's gonna be Oster and Hamilton to the end. I don't see. I see. Maresca, Phil Kraus to try to battle to for the front, but it's getting like a gain one, but it lost two, and gain one and lost one. So it's like the tire is gone for maybe these two guys, and I think so. The battle is for 1 and 2, and maybe.
You think maybe Seb's got a shot?
I think it's. I think they lost. The grip is not really the nice one to go for the win. So I think so. The battle is gonna for these two cars. The number.
I'm not willing to. I'm not willing to rule out Robert Malechka.
Never rule him out.
Well, that's what I feel now. So it's gonna be battle with Alexander, but it's gonna be hard to pass him, and then he need to pass the second, and then he need to ride.
And now he's running out of time. Right. 3 laps to go.
Exactly.
And here comes Seb. Seb's gonna go with the middle. We're gonna go 3 wide in the one, boys. Whoa. Hang on, here we go. Potential race Indy moment going on right here. Oh, Oster gets the dirty air up into the wall. He loses a spot. We're going down. We're doing the snake down the straight. Oh, we got a car in the wall. Brophy's in the infield.
Stay. I think it's
Cledworth as well. Cledworth, I think, has damage.
Yes, he does. 3 wide going through 3, and I told you, let's not forget about Robert. There he is. Robert's trying to get this Triple Crown. He's the only one that could do it. He won the early race in Michigan. If he gets this one, he can go to Indianapolis and clinch the Triple Crown. 4 wide going into 1. 2 laps to go.
Alexander held for that. Alexander held.
And there's Robert Malechka.
Wow.
He goes to the bottom, try to block, pulls, going to try to pull Seb along. Seb moves forward 3 wide through 2. You're not supposed to do that. Oster's recollected himself. He's now back up to second. Here comes Alexander to the low side. Here comes Phil Kraus. He's not out of this yet. Tyquilla starting to peer into the picture. Coming to the white flag. Robert Malechka, 2.5 miles from securing the second crown, or the second jewel of the Triple Crown. Here we go in the 1. Jacob Oster down low.
And speaking of Tyquilla, he was involved in the contact there for Jason Brophy. It was a 3 wide situation going bad, and look at this!
Here goes a little bit of a fade, But Malechka on the high side, he is just about clear. He has the position, but he's not quite clear. Going into 3, this is the last time through the flat Milwaukee turn.
Not to send it. He needs to send it.
He's got to. He's
by
to
side.
It's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work.
It's Malechka. It's Malechka. Oster.
Yes.
Yeah, 0.001. I thought I saw Malechka's nose going to hit that first, but the Triple Crown effort is over for Malechka. No Triple Crown this season here in the IndyCar Oval Series, as Jacob Oster has dethroned him, and now Jacob Oster at least will have a crown on the or jewel of the Triple Crown, so he can go to Indianapolis and see who can secure that third one. But no Triple Crown winner this season. Wow.
I call.
Yeah.
Oh, sweating. That's really nice race.
Let's get the final standings here. Let's first of all Let's get the replays queued up here, and then we'll get into all right, we'll get into the final standings here, as we're going to probably bring up Hamilton first, but we will do the standings here first. There we go. Jacob Oster, the winner, led 28 laps. Robert Malechka only led 1, but man, he almost led that last one. But look at that margin of victory there. Woo. It's one among the closest ones that we've ever had here on the broadcast. Akabwezi up 18 spots. The Iceman was stone cold ice today, man. He's up 18. That is awesome. Seb Alexander up there all day long, led 2 laps. 4th, Tyquilla up 8 spots to 5th. Phil Kraus up 16 spots to 6th. Antonio Estrada, like I said, he's a little bit of a Pocono whisperer. He's finished 7th here. Good top 10 for him. Nick Sudik recovers after getting spun and nosing it into the wall also lightly, getting repaired, up 12 spots. He finishes 8th. Pinero, very quietly. He was up there at kind of the start and then kind of faded to the back. Not sure what happened, but still finished 9th. Bobby Johnson, someone that we haven't really seen at all on the top split broadcast at all. He was driving that McDonald's car. 23rd ranked driver in the split. So I believe that's the lowest ranked driver. He is 10th for a top 10 here in the top split. So awesome run by him. Let's get on to the next page here. Casey Pahutsky. Normally we see him in the DW12 and the IR18 today. Comes home 11th. Brian Campbell, with all his issues, comes home 12th. That's good for him. Cesar Manzado 13th. Jason Brophy, unfortunately, a disappointing 14th. Kyle Clunsworth, a disappointing 12th, or 15th, excuse me. Rob Hubrex, 16th. Sean Signore, 17th. Jim Wallen, 18th. Mitch David, 19th. We saw him spin to the inside wall. Roman Zini in 20th. And going on the next page here, Stephen Lee, 21st. Pizarro, 22nd. And Matthew Ponto with the mechanical, relegating him to 23rd. All right, let's see who would like to talk. And Pinero did get the purple lap, by the way. So, I mean, not a great day, but he can come away with that at least. And we don't have...
Oh, we got Oster.
We got Oster. So we'll go ahead and bring up the winner. We got Jacob here in the booth with Luis Gonzalez Nunez, Justin Petshire, myself. Hey, we should say not Jacob, but Robert Malechka, the 4th, rather. Yes. Robert, congratulations on dethroning Robert, or his chance to get the Triple Crown. He got the Michigan win, but you made it impossible for him to get the Triple Crown because you get the win here at Pocono. Man, what a last lap. And at one point, you almost looked out of it because you kind of wandered up into that high groove and kissed the wall a little bit, lost a lot of momentum. At that point, did you think it was kind of over, or did you think he still had time?
No, I know Pocono quite well. I was a little annoyed at what happened, but I knew what I had to do to get back to the front. I just had to get a good run off of turn 3 in the next lap, and then just set it up. But once I got around Rob out of 1, I knew I kind of had it in the bag if I just kept it good down on the bottom.
Well, I imagine that's 2 wins here in the last 3 weeks here on the top split in the Oval Series. So after seemingly finishing second an awful lot and kind of calling yourself the bridesmaid, it looks like the luck has changed, and at the proper time, because tomorrow is the start of the month of May. Are you ready?
Yeah, I look forward to getting stuck back in the Indy again. I really would like to run it in a fixed environment at some point before the race, but I don't think we'll get that chance. But I need to go back and work on a Q set after this, do one more time, working some race set stuff, but I'm looking forward to it.
Well, congratulations on the win. Any shout outs? Anybody you want to say hi to, go right ahead.
Just thanks everyone on Team I5G and everybody else on the Discord today, which was most of the top 700 drivers
right.
in my rating. So it's always a fun time. I mean, I had fun the entire race. I was spending first and second the entire time, so I'm not complaining.
No, I'm probably not. Well, congratulations, and we'll catch you next week.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah. And we do have the rest of the guys are here. So here is Hamilton. We'll bring him on up. Hey, Hamilton, got you in the booth here with Lewis and Justin and myself. So decided to do the worst to first challenge today. What happened with qual?
I just made it to the line like a second late.
Oh.
I crossed the line on my screen, but I guess it was just too late. It didn't take long to get to the front. So
No, it didn't.
Really matter.
You were
Pretty
up
fun going
after
through
about
the
two
field,
or three laps. You were already up about 10 positions.
Yep, for sure. Like,
Well, I
just
mean, talk
flying
about
on
the rest of your
restart.
race, especially that dogfight there at the end between, really, it was kind of 4 cars. It was yourself, Robert, Jacob, and Seb Alexander, and kind of almost Ty Quilla there at the very end. But talk about that 4-car dogfight there at the end coming to the checker.
Yeah, it was good. Like, I had a couple chances maybe to win. Like, I didn't think if we're 3 wide going into turn 1, I think I'm fine, but I really wasn't expecting to be 4 wide. That kind of compromised my line a ton, and so that sucked. But yeah, it was pretty good. Like, yeah, a couple times like I just got caught behind Rob in turn 1 on the last lap, and so that was really it being completely over. Yeah, the whole battle was fun for sure, especially throughout like the middle of the race and stuff, battling around.
Well, as I was telling your teammate Jacob, tomorrow is the 1st of May, and so I know that I5G will have their focus forward on the big Indianapolis races. You're one of the newest members of the team. Have they shared all the team secrets with you yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right.
We're gonna be good.
We're going to be good. So look for Hamilton at the front in all the Indy 500 races we got coming up this month. But before we let you go, another podium, another great run for you here. So I'm sure you got some shout outs. Say hi to teammates, sponsors, friends, family. So go right ahead.
Yep. Shout out all the guys we were racing with. I think it was like 6 of us in a call. Sudik, Rob, Brophy, Phil, me and Jacob. So that was fun. Fun racing with those guys. And yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, congratulations. We'll see you in a week.
See ya.
And let's bring up Robert Malechka here. Hey, Robert, got you here in the booth with Lewis and Justin. So you didn't really quite have the worst to first start, but you didn't have the greatest qual run. But you seemed to fall back at the start. But was that any strategy to fall back, or did you kind of get freight trained and had to recollect yourself? Because at one point you're in the mid pack, but I also told the guys don't count you out yet.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of riding around there, then we went into that fuel save, and then on that start, I don't really know what happened. We just all got super checked up, so I darted low to like not get a black flag, not get hit from behind, and I think I lost 6-7 spots right there. So from there on out, I was just trying to kind of claw back, but not get wrecked, and I almost got wrecked about 4 times there.
Yeah.
So I'm honestly, I am very satisfied of just surviving that race, let alone getting a P2.
What made the racing so crazy? Was it the setup, the conditions just really made everyone able to stick with everyone?
Yeah, just I'd say a combination of setup with a high downforce setup and then a really cold Pocono. It seems like there's some grip strip, especially in turn 3, that seemed to really help the racing as well. But yeah, I mean, also you got to give credit to a lot of these guys in here that, we know we can race really hard, really tough on each other, but there's a ton of respect between all of us. So it's always fun racing everyone.
Well, as I mentioned, the other guys, of course, they're with the I5G. You're a power slide guy. I know that's a power team. Tomorrow, start of May. Are you guys ready to handle all these multiple 500s that are going to be thrown your way in the coming weeks and days?
Yeah, I think in terms of previous years, 2022, 2021, at least when I was with them, we're in a really good spot right now, a lot better than we have in the past. We seem like we have a lot of speed to the point where usually we're qualifying like 15th to 20th, and I think this year we have a good shot at top 5, if not pole. So, it's probably gonna be the closest year ever for really everyone, first to 33rd to make it field, and just hoping to kind of be not only in that field, but fighting to be in the at least top 10 queue.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we thought for a second that you were going to be able to go to Indianapolis here in the Oval Series with a chance to clinch the Triple Crown, but got edged out by Jacob on the second jewel here, just by the slimmest of margins. So no Triple Crown this season, maybe next season. But I think you said the points in terms of what you wanted for your points goal. I think you've already exceeded that.
Yeah, I think I'm at
2,000,
20,000,
yeah,
2,050 or something like that.
Yeah.
So. If I can get 2,100, that'd be a pretty big accomplishment. I mean, 2,000's never been done before, but if I can get 2,100 and make it maybe unbeatable, that'd be pretty cool.
We still got a lot of racing to go in a couple of weeks, and I know tracks that you're all good at. So maybe there's a shot. I'm sure there's a shot. I know that. I'm sure you'll 2,100 plus. I'm sure. But congratulations on today. A P2 for you. It's going to help that total, and we will see you next week, which is Chicagoland, I think.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Take care.
Yep.
Can I say something, Ante, before you leave? Robert?
Oh, go ahead, Lewis. Lewis wants to ask you.
I really underestimate you because I said on the broadcasting, I said, 5 laps to go. Maybe this guy have the possibility or the opportunity to win the race. So, sorry for that. So I ate my words for sure.
Yeah.
Again,
Honestly,
you show me you have you surprised us because you Gary said no you don't need to put away Robert, so very nice race, congratulations, and that's good for you.
Honestly, I thought the same way. I thought I could maybe get P4, P5, but I was kind of stuck there battling with Jason and Phil for a while, and then it's got kind of lucky with some clean air turns, and was able to make some gains, and I hope you guys captured that 4 wide into turn 1 there.
Oh, yes. Yes.
We were all saying at the same time, like, this track is notorious for netcode. We're all just going to crash each other right here. But it'll look cool on broadcast.
So was Alexander help you to going for the second on the first place? So really it's like, that's good. So,
yeah.
Actually, I saw the 4 wide and you brum, and then that's it. So good for you.
Those last, I can go more into this actually. So the last 2 laps there, my mentality was just to keep either Jacob and Hamilton or Hamilton Seb or whoever was the P2, P3 behind me to keep them side by side so they could, not optimize their lines on corner entry and corner exit. And then I could have, I guess, almost just kind of control my own destiny in more ways than, I guess, RNG in a way. But yeah, I mean, I kind of forgot that I thought when we were 4 wide there, it was the last lap, I think. I thought the race was 1 lap shorter than it was, and but then I don't see the checkered flag, and I'm like, oh, here comes Jacob with a massive run, so I'm just gonna give him the inside. So
keep your foot in it. Keep your foot in it. Yeah, I did say. I did tell him. I said, don't rule out Robert. Don't rule out Robert. So thanks for making me look good.
Yeah, for sure. I guess anytime. I don't know.
All right, congrats, Lan. We'll catch you next week.
Yeah, thank you guys. Take care.
All right. Well, that was. I think everyone had their excitement for us tonight here at Pocono. Not really a track known for those type of finishes, but we got one. But next week is one of those tracks for those known for those type of finishes. And will we see that when we go to Chicagoland?
I remember couple Chicagoland, Sam Hornish.
Yeah, Sam Hornish. Yep.
I don't remember what else. Maybe Scorchard. Maybe I romped or something like that. But I hope it's gonna be a good race. I hope it's gonna be here next one. If it's not, I'm gonna watch it for the broadcasting. So yeah, watch. Very funny watch. That's the right word for English. So, but yeah, I really happy to be here to see this race, and really excited to this race. Oh yeah, that's
well, it's good to have you here. I know he's
very quiet today.
Well,
I don't know how
you were just kind of soaking it in. I think there was so much. I think we mentioned it right after one of the cautions, and I think Justin said it was like we don't know where to look.
Yeah, I know, but it's like I get it quiet because I watched the Kraus, and then front, and then Stephen Lee, and like, I don't know how to say, but yeah, very excited, and the first moment. So yeah, it was very good.
Justin, any final thoughts, my man?
All I can say is that was it's like you said, we didn't know where to look because the amount of action that was really going on. It's also called when you have cooler temperatures and a cool track temp, chaos will always happen, no matter what. Especially when it's the bumpy version of Pocono. Had it been the current iteration of Pocono, probably would have gotten a lot more chaos, especially with how they move, what they did with the walls down Long Pond straightaway and the short chute, where they pushed it closer to the track.
Yep.
But since we're going to Chicagoland next week, that is going to be another one to watch, especially with how bumpy it is in 3 and 4 compared to 1 and 2. 1 and 2 at Chicagoland, it's a little bit smoother, but when you get to 3 and 4, especially right at the bottom groove of the track, it's bumpy, especially in these cars here. You will feel it through your wheel.
Yeah, these cars don't bounce at all. I don't know. They don't have much. They have a suspension, but it doesn't do much of anything. Well, thanks, fellas. Thanks for being here with me tonight. That's it for tonight. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Once again, your podium from Legacy Pocono is Jacob Oster by the slimmest of margins, getting the win over Robert Molechka III and Hamilton Akawazy there, and a distant, but a not so distant third. That is your podium for tonight. Join Raceverse again next week for round 8 of the 4D RACEWEAR Tuesday night IndyCar Oval Series top split of season 2 of 24 as we head to the home of Juliet Jake at Chicagoland Speedway. Coverage begins around 8:15 p.m. Eastern. That's 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Remember, if you always need to know what time the race is on in your area, check for correct broadcast times at youtube.com/RaceFirst. Hey, we love bringing these races to you, but they're not easy. Require time and money to produce. Because of your generosity and donations, we've been able to bring EU IndyCar action, oval action, nearly sponsor-free. If you share our passion for the sport of IndyCar and enjoyed our coverage of the 4D RACEWEAR Tuesday night IndyCar Oval Series top split, please take time to visit our GoFundMe page. The link is in the description, and donate to our 2024 broadcast fund. We realize times are tough, so any contribution we greatly appreciated. We thank you for watching and make us a part of your Tuesday evenings each and every week. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game's not easy, so please help support RaceFirst with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below and let us know what you thought of tonight's race. I want to thank everybody for showing up in chat, especially the Kyle Clinsworth fan club, whoever that was. Thank you very much. And if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you are new, click subscribe. You're wired to hit the bell for weekly reminders so you don't miss out more of RaceFirst's other iRacing programming, including me and Clindy on Friday. 4 DW12 Series cars on the Daytona Oval. Yes, it'll be one to see. 3 p.m. Eastern on Friday. Check us out. Let's see. Keep your browser set here for the most in-depth IndyCar knowledge on all of iRacing. RaceFirst, we know what Indy means, and of course that is the month of May, so we definitely know what Indy means during the month of May. RaceFirst Tuesday night IndyCar Oval Series top split naming rights are paid for by 4D RACEWEAR. Check out their line of made-for-sim racing gloves, shoes, and apparel. Visit them today at 4DRacewear.com or click on the link in today's description. For business inquiries and learn more about RaceFirst and what we do, visit racefirst.com. Like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. You can follow all of us via our handles right here at the bottom of the screen. Add those up right now. We'll be happy to talk to you on Twitter. So for Justin Patshauer, LGN, everyone at RaceFirst, I'm Gary Gatto saying to all. Oh, also, we had Murph come up here, so we'll say good night for Murph as well. Good night to everybody. Thanks for watching. And to all our men and women serving in the military as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, come home safe. Catch us again next week at Chicagoland for the next race of the 4D RACEWEAR Tuesday night IndyCar Oval Series top split. Good night.